Alright, so I'm going to show you how to set up your kick and bass using the hard trance pack. So we're going to set our tempo to 165, or you can go up to 175 or a little bit slower, whatever you like. So I'm going to go down and pick a kick. So I'm just going to drag the kick on, and then I need to go into the envelope settings here, attack all the way off, release all the way off. So that means when we put a note on, it's going to stop exactly where the note stops. I'll just show you the difference as well. So if I turn off the envelope, just cuts off that tail, so there's a gap exactly where our bass is going to sit. Okay, so I'm going to go on the mixer track and add a compressor. I'm going to set that to drums, and I'll just turn the gain down to about 5 dB. Okay, and then I'm going to go into the bass folder, and we're going to be using these acid basses, so I'm going to flick through and find one that I like. And then again I'm going to set the envelope, attack all the way down, and this time I'm just going to leave a little bit of release, maybe like 8%. Okay, and then I'm going to draw some notes. I think I'm going to go a bit lower than a C, so maybe it's an A. And I'll hold Alt on the keyboard, make the notes a little bit smaller, just to leave a gap for that release. Okay, now I'll set this to track 5, and I'm going to show you the trick here. Just get rid of that other window. So the important thing to mess with here is the sample start. Because this acid has got a filter on, the filter changes as it gets further into the note. So if I hold it, you'll see that it starts off like really bright and then it filters out. So we can control where the sample starts with this sample start knob. I'll just mute the kick for now, and then I'll scroll through it with the sample start, and you'll hear the sound changing. Okay, so now we can control like the tone of the sound. So for the bass, we probably don't want it quite as bright as that, so we might want to go in a little bit. So using this, you can get exactly the tone that you want, so it sounds right with your kick. So I'll copy this, and I'll just move these notes down, and I'll just show you again with a different bass. So I'll put the sample start back to 0. So you can get a lot more variety out of your samples using this, and you can do this with the leads as well, or the voices, or anything that's in like any samples that you've got. So if I put on a lead, maybe go with, actually I'll go with the voice. So it's in choirs. So something like this, for example, it's got like an attack at the start, like a fade in. We'll be able to tighten that up using the sample start. so you can get a much sharper start there instead of having to deal with the attack that's built into the sample. We've got full control over this. So I'll copy these bass notes back onto here, and then maybe we can pick one of these choirs to go over it. Set that as a different mixer track. And then we could have some effects on this, maybe a bit of reverb and delay or something. Use the low cut to get rid of the low frequencies off the reverb. And delay bank. Just turn the volume down on both of these volume knobs. And then I'll stick an EQ on just to get rid of any low frequencies. We could turn these into a chord maybe. Let's just quickly stick in a bit of percussion from the 90s dance pack. Find a hi-hat. Just going to mute the kick and the bass. I'll stick this on a new mixer track, add a bit of reverb. Can maybe tune this up a bit. And then stick my EQ on again. Right, and then I'll just check my levels. This is the kick. Clap. Hi-hat. I think that was the bass. With the bass, instead of turning it up, I can see it's a little bit lower than the kick there. I'm going to stick on Fruity Wave Shaper, and then all I need to do is curve this line a little bit, just grab it in the middle and drag it up. That's the voice stab. I can widen the voice stab a bit with the stereo separation, and then I'll just need to turn it down a little bit. The kick needs to be the loudest out of everything, and then everything should be a little bit below that. And I can pan that percussion sample to the right a little bit, hi-hat to the left a bit, just spreading the drum kit out. Okay, that should be good. We'll need to add EQ onto the other drums as well, just get rid of that low end. So what we can do now, quickly rename these kick, clap, hi-hat, perk, hit, acid bass, and choir, and then split by channel, and then we've got them all on separate channels ready to paint down. So I'm going to leave a gap at the top so I can put my crashes, and then I'm just going to paint the rest down. And after that we could decide on the layout, so like we would maybe start with just we could just start with like the kick and choir for example, and then bring the rest of the stuff in after. Or maybe have the percussion and clap as well. And then I'll go and find a crash. Put a bit of delay on this. I'll set this to 4. Just turn the volumes down a little bit and set it to ping pong. Should sound like this. EQ to get rid of the low end. So we can see at the top here we've got low, mid, and then it turns into bass. So we don't want any bass, so we can cut it about where the bass bit starts. It's better. And then I'll just turn this down to about 50%. I think I'll take out every other percussion loop there, just so it doesn't get too repetitive. And with these stabs, I think I might make them a bit shorter. And I'll just turn the effects down as well. That should be better. So there we go, there's the basic setup, and then we would start adding our melodies and our other bits. If you want to see some tutorials on that, let me know and I'll get them sorted. Thanks for watching.